Registrations doubled. And I'm like, I cracked the code. Mascots is how I'm going to find success for this new job. And it turns out people didn't actually care.
Welcome to the Innovation Forge.
Today, I'll talk more about the Consultant Cadre, the winner for the Joins Juggling Octopus.
Let's see how innovation meets artistry as we forge something extraordinary together.
You are listening to the Innovation Forge, the #1 podcast on adaptive enrollment management, exploring the data, marketing, and strategy that fuels higher education. Here's your host, David Dysart.
Welcome to the Coffee and Coals. Every month, I ask the community to name one of my Consultant Cadre, these fun little mascots I've been making for a while now. But more on that in a minute. With an outstanding CTA every month, that meant I couldn't actually put a bow on any of my episodes until I determined a winner. As it turns out, that's a no-go for the endless abyss that is my anxiety. So obviously, the solution was to go from 2 episodes to 3 episodes a month. The Coffee and Coals episodes will be much more informal. I'll announce the monthly winner and pull the curtains back a bit about writing, podcasting, and everything in between. Today, I'll talk more about the Consultant Cadre. Future episodes, I'll talk about the origins of my TIFF avatar, or the Innovation Forge avatar, the version of me with the tartan pajamas and the tie, and, of course, the shark slippers. I'll also have a podcaster's commentary on my Slate Miss Carol video I created. If you haven't seen that, please go check out YouTube or Substack or Spotify where you can see the video. A fun silent film homage to A Christmas Carol. And of course, the process for creating the book, the podcast, and anything else I can honestly shape into content at this point. Today, I announced the winner of the Consultant Cadre naming competition for the Joins Juggling Octopus. And that's Data. Data was actually given to me by Joel Velez back when I was doing the Slate Data Miner. And I loved the name Data. We have Star Trek, Goonies, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, all of that. And I really loved it for the data mining shark, but I knew I had the Joins Juggling Octopus coming up, and that fit so perfectly. So I did end up going with Clark C.J. Alexander for the shark, but I knew I had Data in my back pocket for the octopus coming up. And so I will be reaching out to you, Joel, and sending you a copy of my book. But I did want to definitely throw out that he had such a great name, such great reasoning behind it. And I'm just so glad that finally, after a few months, I was able to actually start this naming of the Consultant Cadre back up and able to use Joel's recommendation. I also wanted to talk a bit about the Consultant Cadre. These were, like I said, fun little mascots that I've been making. And the origins, and particularly the shark, it was really born out of my time at Beyond Academics. I was trying to drum up interest and get the name out there, find something to build the traction for starting a Slate line of business at a consulting company that wasn't offering Slate before. And I would say one of the things, many things that I kind of threw against the wall was this little image of a shark with a mining cap and a pickaxe. And it was just the perfect mascot for myself. I wanted something that I could kind of look at while I was also writing and working and just kind of have like my own little mascot cheering me on. That was the real origins. I just wanted something fun for myself while I was chipping away. And a lot of what I was establishing my services around was the engagement scoring, the predictive modeling, the artisanal student experience, basically what's becoming adaptive enrollment management. So all of that required data mining. And obviously leaning heavily into Slate, the perfect mascot would of course be a shark. So I hopped onto ChatGPT and after some iterating came back with who ended up being Clark C.J. Alexander, the data mining shark. That was definitely a game changer. The workshops that I had been doing had a huge increase. I think registrations doubled after I posted the shark in the Facebook group and the Slack channel. And I was like, this is it. This is where everything pivots. the slate line is going to be successful now. And people really resonated it for whatever reason. And I got a bunch of name submissions, and I'm like, I cracked the code. Mascots is how I'm going to find success for this new job. So I made like 20 of these little mascots. And I'm like, okay, every month I'm going to put one out into the community. I'll announce the winner of the name submission at the monthly workshops I was doing. And it turns out people didn't actually care. They love the data mining shark. Like I said, that was huge. That was lightning in the bottle. But the interest fell off a cliff. No pun intended with our next mascot. But I then put out a second one. It was the quarry climber. So it was the little goat and the Scottish attire, the kilt and the tam o' shanter and everything like that. And I had a lot of passion for this one. Quarry climbing, building the quarry stuff. I was really leaning into that for the workshops, and been a rock climber. That was my job in college, and built a little climbing wall in my backyard pre starting the family. And plus I had tossed in the Scottish tire. My while I'm European mutt, definitely stronger ties to the Scottish heritage there. Which, fun side story, when my brother actually got married, we were all in kilts and the full Scottish formal attire and everything. And for folks who might see me at Summit, definitely will be rocking some plaid there as well. Don't know how far I'm going to lean into the TIFF avatar during the Summit. Don't know if there'll be shark slippers or not, but there will definitely be some plaid pants. Very, very bold plaid pants, especially for the day that I'm presenting. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, so I was really excited. The quarry climbing goat definitely struck a chord with myself, and I'm like, this is it. I found the thing that's where the success is gonna hinge on. And like I said, yeah, I definitely got some lovely engagement, got great names. And the name that was submitted was Cliff, which was perfect with the demographic Cliff and the search Cliff and all of that, and him being a mountain climbing goat. It was perfect. Hadn't crossed my mind in a single bit to name him Cliff. But as soon as I read that comment, I'm like, that's it. And there were, like I said, there were a few other comments that I liked, but like, when you see something and it's perfect and it just clicks, that was Cliff. So it again announced both CJ and Cliff at the workshop. So if you want to, those are still available on YouTube. You go to my YouTube channel. I have a playlist for the empowering admissions workshops that I did with Beyond Academics. And the last 2 or 3 of those had the name submissions. I was really kind of expecting that continued momentum, kind of fizzled out. People didn't resonate with this random Scottish goat as much as I did, which is totally understandable. Had the workshops ended, and I left ways with Beyond Academics after that, so the Consultant Cadre has kind of been sitting, gathering a little bit of dust. I actually printed out 10 of them on my wall on canvases, and I have them up on my wall at my workstation. Might snap a photo of that. Maybe I added to the video. I just was waiting for something maybe that would come again where I could continue the naming submissions. So very excited to bring it back with the Joins Juggling Octopus. Has a ton of fun little Easter eggs for folks who have dug around configurable joins in the query builder. We have the red lines with the blue data tables mirrored with the actual aesthetic of the octopus being red and the balls that he's juggling being blue. We have the purple magician hat with the stars and the moon in yellow. Again, doing those more complicated joins that you see in the export builder. And just, the circus element with the bullseye platform and things along those lines. I just really love the Joins Juggling Octopus, and I'm really glad that this could be the inaugural mascot that I bring back for the naming submissions. And it really means a lot to me to kind of start this back up again. And like I said, the podcast is going for at least 2 years, as we have the audiobook being released every month. I definitely have plenty of interviews that to take me to those to at least 2 years, and I have a solid 20 something of these mascots that will also bring me to that 2-year mark. And I definitely look forward to maybe writing an additional book and then continuing this journey. But I know I have the 2 years, and I'm really excited for you all to join me on that journey at the Innovation Forge. Whether that's listening to the podcast, buying the book, interacting with me on LinkedIn and these different places. I'm really looking forward to yet another wonderful community spot for the Slate and higher education community to join with. And hopefully these little fun naming conventions, I'm definitely have my expectations tempered a bit, but I really love being able to engage and interact with people who are submitting the names. Love the process of creating them and getting them out into the community. And I hope that it can bring a smile to someone's face. I think that just about wraps up our inaugural episode of Coffee and Coals. I look forward to future episodes where I get to chat a little bit more about the creative process of writing the book, doing the podcast, creating the Adaptive Enrollment Management framework from the ground up. And if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, please do email me. That email is theinnovationforgepodcast@gmail.com. And if you have any questions for our visiting artisans, please send those in. It can be anything around admissions, applications, branding, or just the broader questions from the Quench segment. I have a great video for that segment. So I'm really looking forward to kind of those miscellaneous, uncategorized questions I get from the community, at least for the first one to unveil that video. I appreciate you taking your time to join me for this episode, for the podcast more broadly. Anyone who's bought the book, I really appreciate you. And I want to announce, of course, the next mascot coming up that I need a name for. It's the Portal Plier. This little eagle, I enjoyed both the portal aspect of it, the plier flyer aspect of it. I think he's super cute with his kind of vintage aviator outfit with the blue scarf for Slate and the blue elements, and I really enjoyed this one as well. I look forward to seeing the amazing names that people submit for it. I think that there's probably some fun ones out there that we can get. So as I say goodbye today, I just want to remind you to strike true and let's forge something extraordinary together.